The number of people who are homeless and living outside of a shelter in the La Crosse area is growing. As we told you last night, it's estimated there are about 1,200 people homeless in La Crosse County.
To get a more accurate number, overnight local organizations and volunteers did a point-in-time homeless count. It provides a snapshot of what homelessness looks like right here in our own backyard.
News 8's Kyle Dimke was with one of those local search parties. He joins us now with more.
Well, a point-in-time homeless count is done twice each year, once in January and once in July. It adds up all of the people living in emergency housing, transitional housing, homeless shelters, and those who are unsheltered and living wherever they can. This morning, I joined a few local organizations to search the city of La Crosse for those who are unsheltered. And now, I've done a number of stories on the topic of homelessness in my time here in La Crosse, but none of that could have prepared me for what we saw this morning. Take a look.
It's 3:30 in the morning. A group of about 20 is breaking into 5 groups to search the city of La Crosse for people living on the streets.
We have routes figured out that include downtown areas and areas that we might know where people are camping, parks, places like that.
These volunteers are searching under bridges, at bus stop shelters, 24-hour businesses and parking lots, even through the woods. At each location, the evidence seems to be clear that there are plenty of people in La Crosse with nowhere to call home.
We're out there kind of beating the bushes looking for folks.
These volunteers work with those who are homeless every day, so their list of places to search is verified by the people who live out here. One of the spots on this group's list is deep into the woods and along the Mississippi River. After searching for quite some time, they come across what looks like a campsite, but it's actually where they believe 8 or 9 people are living.
One tent we found today had a walker outside of it, so that person is dealing with some physical issues, obviously. And so for me, that's a pretty sad thing.
It's just really kind of a wake-up call, so people understand that you don't have this mentality of it's not in our community, and it really is.
Kathy Bowling of the Salvation Army says the shelter there is averaging about 60 or 70 people a month, and a lot of the people found on the streets during this count are familiar faces. But she says not everyone who is homeless can stay at a shelter.
It's program-based, and you have to follow, rules in terms of curfew and being sober from drugs and alcohol.
After about 3 hours of searching, all 5 groups get back together and add up the number of unsheltered.
I think our numbers are going to be higher than they were last year.
Early estimates show more than 30 people were counted this morning in just the city of La Crosse, more than double the number counted in July of 2013 in La Crosse, Crawford, Vernon, and Monroe counties combined.
We see this every year, but it's still very impactful, and to see how people are living and trying to struggle to get by.
Kim Cable of Coulee Cap says everyone's experience with homelessness is different, and there is no one solution to solving this problem. But she says one of the biggest reasons for the high number of homeless locally is the lack of affordable housing.
Thank you, Kyle. Similar counts were done all across Wisconsin, including in Tomah, in Sparta, and in our area. All agencies will report their final numbers of sheltered and unsheltered homeless to the state.
And from there, a statewide report is created before sending it to the federal government for a report on the entire country.